Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Aim Saraswatye Namaha. Om Shri Guruve Namaha. Om Bhurbhuvaswaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Om Krishnaya Vasudevaya Hare Paramatmane Pranatakleshanashaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mokshiyamamritat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Blessed Self, adorations, Divyatman, हृदय से प्रेम भरा आशीर्वाद है, अभिनंदन है, स्वागत है. Divine love, light, healing, bliss, prosperity in every way, with heartfelt divine love to each one of you as you have joined us yet another Sunday Satsanga on Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Before we begin, let us think of our gurus and our mothers and fathers, because so many mothers play the role of a father also. So we're not going to negate that. So happy Father's Day. आप सबको आज पिताश्री का जो दिन निर्धारित किया गया है, यहाँ अमेरिका में it is Father's Day today. Other countries celebrate Father's Day on another day, another date. I think around September or something like that. But here we celebrate on this date, and Father's Day and Mother's Day is every day. Your Guru is your Mata Pita, Prabhu, Bandhu, Sakha, sab kuch. Your Guru is your friend, your father, your mother, your everything. Some of you do not have your fathers in the physical embodiment. Wherever their soul is, because soul is forever, eternal. So, because when he was in the physical embodiment, this body was given through the fathers. So now their soul is eternal. Wherever they are, we pray for their well-being of the soul, the upliftment of the soul. Through this Satsanga, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, may be the highest gift we can give to our parents or to our loved ones is do a little prayer for them. And also, today's Satsanga, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, whatever we gain as the blessings through this Satsanga, this beautiful Satsang, the blessings, let us take this Sankalpa, the oath, let us promise that we will offer this punyas, the blessings of this Satsang to our fathers and mothers, wherever they are, wherever their soul is. May they prosper, may they receive the blessings through Lord Krishna, and the soul be uplifted, and may they ascend. Ascension is very much possible and very much needed through the help of the children or anybody who can pray for the soul. Sarve bhavantu sukhina, sarve santu niramaya. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu ma kashit dukha bhag bhavet. Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya. The punyas of these mantras, all souls, all fathers, may they receive it through our Gurudev. And our Gurudev is our father, mother, because both of us, Swamiji's, our physical parents are no longer in this world, but their soul is alive. And we have our Gurudev as our mother, father, and everything, because we can share anything with our Gurudev. That's how beautiful it is. And today we are praying for our Gurudev's well-being, his excellent health, and not only physical health, his physical health, mental health, and he is excellent through the prayers, through his dedication, and he's always giving, and then God is giving him. So same thing applies to us. We learn from that. Let us all give, and nothing is like mine. When we say mine, we are going into the mines where there is always big danger. So no mine, everything is thine, O Gurudev. Everything is thine. We surrender at thy lotus feet, at the holy lotus feet. For because of you, we have this satsanga. Your inspiration, your blessings. And we thank you, and thank you, and thank you, which is not even enough. Like dust particles, we sit at thy holy lotus feet, and we surrender. Brahmanandam Paramasukhadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrasham Tattvamasyadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Saravadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Sadgurum Tam Namami. Sadgurum Tam Namami. Adorations to the divine preceptor, who is the bliss of Brahman, the giver of supreme joy, the embodiment of pure consciousness, beyond the pairs of opposites, vast like the ether, infinite, eternal, beyond all modifications. To the divine Guru, we offer our adorations. Om Shri Gurave Namaha. I fall short of words. Tears flow for our Gurudev.
Tears of joy and gratitude.
Tears of joy and gratitude at thy holy lotus feet. Sorry for these emotions do come up. I haven't seen him for a while. It feels like
February.
I just saw him in February, but these eyes, because we are human beings, it's always like we want to see. We want to be at the lotus feet, but he is with us every moment. Nothing happens without his will. Even the leaf, like Lord Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, even the leaves of the tree doesn't shake without his will. Because Guru Purnima is approaching very fast. It's on July the 2nd and July the 1st. Ashram will be celebrating. We do not know much details. We will, as soon as we know, we will post it. And we can celebrate online. Thank you, Gurudev. Now I will read Gurudev's quotations for today as we dedicate this satsang to all fathers. By Pujya Gurudev, Yoga Quotations from the wisdom of our Pujya Gurudev, Pujya Shri Swami JyotirmayAananda Ji Maharaj. And before that, our humble Sashtang pranams at his lotus feet, holy lotus feet. Pujya Gurudev Swami JyotirmayAananda Ji Maharaj of Miami, Florida. And our Param Gurudev, Pujya Shri Swami Sivananda Ji Maharaj of Divine Life Society, Rishikesh, India. To the entire lineage of Rishi Munis in the Gotra we belong to now, Bhargav Gotra, all Rishi Munis and Adi Shankaracharya Ji, our world teacher, the lineage we belong to. Our humble Sashtang pranams. Pranams to Bhagwan Ved Vyas Ji, Bhagwan Shukdev Ji, and all ancient Rishi Munis, Sadhu Sant, who are no longer in their physical embodiment, but they are here. Their souls are blessing us in abundance, showering that bliss. Our humble Sashtang pranams as we offer our prayers and gratitude to you and to all saints and sages of all religions, wherever you are, our humble pranams. To all Brahman Devatas, Acharya Jis, Shastri Jis, Pandit Jis, aap sabko, all of you, our humble pranams. May you continue to serve humanity selflessly. There is cost involved in each satsang, each Bhagavatam, each Ramayan part katha. There is cost involved, but limit yourselves to costs and not making money for giving away knowledge of scriptures. And bhakti is not about earning money. Lord has given us free, and the duty of the society, the duty of grahasthas, grahastha ashram mein jo hai, the duty of aspirants is to serve this rishi munis, sadhu, sant, mandir, brahman devatas, but not in abundance, that there is comparison. Some gave this, some gave that. This much I will give more. You may be rich, you can serve the poor also. Hari Om Tat Sat. A work of inspiration is of immortal value. It has a message for everyone at every level of development. The Gita is one of the greatest works of spiritual inspiration. How beautiful. Its message is as bright as the morning sun, untarnished by time, untarnished by time, unhampered by centuries. People may understand differently, but the Shlokas has not changed in Srimad Bhagavad Gita or Srimad Bhagavat Mahapuran. The explanations may have changed, but not the shlokas. So that is why Gurudev is inspiring us that nothing has changed in the Srimad Bhagavad Gita. It is unhampered for centuries that have passed in bringing numerous changes in human lives. There should be changes of positivity in human lives, but there is no changes in the shlokas. The teachings of Lord Krishna remains the same. But do not interpret that in a negative way. There is positivity. And the fathers who are new fathers, or who are, I would say, old fathers, means older children, all of you, blessings upon you. And message for the children is that fathers and mothers, when you were a baby in the nappy, in the diapers, they sacrificed, they supported you to uplift you. Of course, you brought your karmas with you, but with the support of your physical embodiment parents, you were raised to be a better person, to be educated, to be fed. So you should be thankful, and they need your love when they grow older. They need your love all the time. But as they grow older, they become babies, and it's your duty to serve them. Take that to your heart. Pray for them if they are not in physical embodiment. And if they are in physical embodiment, it's not only on Father's Day. You ask them how you doing and go and present a gift. They don't want gifts. They need something that is from your heart, your love, your adoration, your hugs. Serve them, for you receive a lot of blessings for doing that. May you be blessed eternally. Do not think that they don't need you. They do. And if there is something that went wrong with your fathers, go and ask for forgiveness and be at their lotus feet, for they know more than what you know. They'll always be older than you. Hari Om Tat Sat. Hari Om Tat Sat. Hari Om Tat Sat. Kirtan. We will sing this Kirtan for today and offer the blessings. May our parents who are not in their physical embodiment, and parents who are in their physical embodiments, enjoy this Kirtan.
Jaya Ganesh,
Jaya Ganesh, Jaya Ganesh, Pahi Mam. Shri Ganesh, Shri Ganesh, Shri Ganesh, Raksha Mam. Sharavan Bhava, Sharavan Bhava, Sharavan Bhava, Pahi Mam. Kartikeya, 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 Raksha Mam. Jaya Saraswati, Jaya Saraswati, Jaya Saraswati, Pahi Mam. Shri Saraswati, Shri Saraswati, Shri Saraswati, Raksha Mam. Jaya Guru Shiva Guru Hari Guru Ram. Jagat Guru Param Guru Sadguru Sham. Om Adi Guru Advaita Guru Ananda Guru Om. Chid Guru Chid Ghana Guru Chinmaya Guru Om. Jagat Guru Om Guru Sachitananda Shankaracharya Shivananda JyotirmayAananda. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shiva 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 Shivaya Namah Om. Hare 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 Hare
Namah Shivaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Ramachandraya. Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Anjaneya 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 Pahi Mam Hanumanta 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 Raksha Mam Om Shakti Om Shakti Om Shakti Pahi Mam Brahma Shakti Vishnu Shakti Shiva Shakti Raksha Mam Adi Shakti Mahashakti Parashakti Pahi Mam Ichha Shakti Kriya Shakti Jnana Shakti Raksha Mam Ganga Rani Ganga Rani Ganga Rani Pahi Mam Bhagirathi 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 Raksha Mam Hari Om Hari Om Hari 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 Om Hari Om Hari Om Hari 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 Om Om Shanti Om Shanti Om Shanti 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 Om. It happens to be day 1 of Gupta Navaratri also. I forgot to inform you initially. And may we dedicate this Satsanga also to Devi Ma, Adi Shakti, Ambe Bhavani, Durga Mata, and your East. It's not only for Devi Ma, Navaratri, it can be to Lord Rama, for Lord Shiva, whatever you decide. God is one. So for continuous 9 days, try to maintain vegetarianism if you can, and do lots of japa, lots of satsanga. If you don't have time to sit down and do it, do mental. So through WhatsApp, I will be offering mysticism of Ramayana. So we will probably try to complete that during this Navaratri. And if possible, Srimad Bhagavad Mahapuran, the days there is possibility. Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om Tat Sat. 9 nights, 10th day, Vijayadashmi, beginning from tonight. Hari Om Tat Sat. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansa Chanurmardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Shri Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri गुरुवे नमः। हमारा दंडवत प्रणाम है उस ब्रह्मांडीय ईश्वरीय शक्ति को, हमारे परम पूज्य गुरुदेव स्वामी ज्योतिर्मयानंद जी महाराज को, सब ऋषियों मुनियों को, शास्त्रों को, सब पवित्र ग्रंथों को, तीर्थ स्थानों को, और आप सब में विद्यमान परमेश्वर को। Our humble prostrations to the all-pervading Brahman, to our worshipful Guruji, Swami Jyotirmayananda Ji Maharaj, to all our scriptures, to all sages and saints, to all the holy pilgrimage centers, and to the divinity in every one of you. Happy Father's Day. Swami LP has talked already a lot about it. So best way to honor them is to
do this Gita Path and do this Punya Dan. Whatever merit we earn, we give it to the either the departed souls or the living souls of our parents whom we owe this body to, and everything we have learned, and to our Guru, without whom the spiritual knowledge would not have been possible. So let us continue. Srimad Bhagavad Gita. We are on a very profound chapter, and today's chapter, of course, we are on Akshar Brahma Yoga, Adhyay number 8, 8th chapter. Akshar means indestructible. Brahma means the all pervading consciousness that has created this entire cosmos, where this world that we live in is nothing but a speck. इस पूरे ब्रह्मांड के रचयिता जो ब्रह्म हैं, उन्होंने ये पूरे संपूर्ण ब्रह्मांड को रचा है, जिसमें ये धरती केवल एक कण मात्र प्रतीत होता है. So to that divinity we are learning this profound chapter from Shri Krishna's mouth. Bhagavan Uvacha, Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. What a beautiful narration. And that's why they say Guruji, our Swamiji, has always taught Yog Vashisht and Srimad Bhagavad Gita. In Uttar Kashi, Swami Premananda ji daily does Yoga Vashishtha and Srimad Bhagavad Gita. And I was reading a book of Swami Ram Tirath ji Maharaj. He is our lineage. He was from our family also before becoming a saint. And Swami Shivananda used to be very appreciative of Swami Ram Tirth. After Swami Vivekananda, most of you know of his name, who came to the West, Swami Ram Tirth came and stayed here in America and Japan, and he spread this wisdom. And he also, like Shankaracharya, passed away only at 32, 33 years of age. So another beautiful, but in that lifetime he did so many wonderful things. So his advice was also, if you have only two scriptures to pick and learn from, because there are innumerable scriptures in Sanatana Dharma, हम पढ़ नहीं पाएंगे, जीवन बीत जाएगा, कई जीवन बीत जाएंगे, many lifetimes will pass. So he also said, just study Yoga Vashishtha and Bhagavad Gita, and if you do nothing else, you are bound to attain enlightenment. What a beautiful living example that we see all around through these holy sages, saints. And Yoga Vashishtha, of course, you know, is full of philosophy and deep knowledge. And they say you cannot but help get enlightened. If you don't want to, you still will, because if you study it sincerely, because it is first of all 32,000 shlokas. How many you obviously will become advanced. Even if you start basic, by the time you will go to the end, you will learn so much that you vairagya has to come in, dispassion, and you will grow. Bhagavad Gita, same thing. On the battlefield, where else do you want Lord Krishna to give you? Your battle happens every day. Some are small battles, some are big battles. Every karma is a challenge. So that is the true meaning of Akshar Brahma Yoga. And in today's shlokas, we will be studying the art of dying, the art of passing away. Most of us fear death, but death is really a gentle, compassionate mother taking you in her lap as you go for a beautiful sleep. For those people who have lived a good life, who have done good, who have given their life to God, spiritual. Most of you are spiritual sadhaks. आप में से अधिकांशतः लोग तो गूढ़ साधक हैं ही, because you are dedicating your life. So for those people, we should never grieve when they pass away. Tears should come, but tears of gratitude, respect, joy, celebration, because they lived such a beautiful life. In ashramas, in India, so many ashrams are there, and when some saint passes away, they all sing and chant, and by the time they are done with their kirtan, the saint is no more. So they celebrate the life. The last breaths are gone like this. And so for common people who are lost in the world process, all they are running about, another house I want my 401k becoming bigger. It's not yet enough. They may have 4 million. Till I get 10 million, then I will retire. All these things are ignorance, lack of proper understanding of what gives you peace, joy, happiness. We are simply running, getting tired and not finding joy. So Lord Krishna here, due to compassion, Bhagwan Krishna यहाँ करुणा के कारण, भक्ति के कारण और प्यार के कारण हम सबको सिखा रहे हैं कि हमें इस संसार से कैसे विदा लेना चाहिए. How should we die? There is no such thing as death actually. The real word is transformation. You either merge into bliss or you are transformed into something else. Death is just a English dictionary word we have picked up for departure.
मृत्यु शरीर का होता है, आत्मा का नहीं.
So we already know all this. So let us continue, because this is a very profound chapter, because none of us know this very well. Attachments are there lingering in some way, shape or form to our kids, our husbands, our house, our possessions, even our own body, so many things. So if we do this with introspection, that's why they say you can never fully complete Yoga Vashisht, you can never fully complete Bhagavad Gita. If somebody says, Swamiji, I've read it, let's do something else, please understand they are in kindergarten only. A serious aspirant would want to eat it again and again, digest it, understand every shloka, because it will give you a completely new meaning as you mature, as you yourself evolve. जैसे जैसे आपकी उन्नति होती जाएगी, आप इस मार्ग पर गूढ़ तरीके से चलते चले जाएंगे, आपको उसी में से नए नए भाव, नए नए अर्थ निकलेंगे. So Gita, nobody has been able to fully explain, and nobody has been able to fully understand. Same thing with this beautiful scripture Yoga Vashisht, which is amazing because Yoga Vashisht is not very well known in India. Most people only know Mahabharata, they know Ramayana, and they know Bhagavad Gita. So Yoga Vashisht is a hidden gem, just like Gupta Navratri. Today is Gupta Navratri. That also is a hidden gem. Most people don't know about 4 Navratris. They only think of the one big Navratri that comes in two ones. Yeah, Ramnami and Navratri, but there are 2 hidden ones. But the one in the Pavli time is done with more pomp and show, in a bigger way. So there are different ways for worldly people, that is good, but for serious spiritual aspirants and sannyasis, this is a profound scripture, Yoga Vashisht. But anyway, moving on to shloka number 12. The good news is today we don't have a time limit of 12 p.m. because then we have to do arti in the temple. But here we can take our time because this is our own satsang kutir and we started a little bit late after 11 today. So moving on to shloka number 12, I think we are starting from, is it?
Correct. But I will read a little bit of 10 and 11 in English.
Okay.
Just for the continuity of understanding.
Okay.
Yeah.
After
you read the shloka.
Shloka number 12.
Yeah.
सर्वद्वाराणि संयम्य मनोहृदि निरुध्य च मूर्ध्याध्यात्मनः प्राणम् आस्थितो योगधारणम्.
So as I mentioned, I'll read because it's very important to know the continuity. So just in English, I'll read number 10. What was the meaning of number 10, shloka number 10? At the time of death, whoever meditates on the supreme effulgent Purusha with an unshakable mind, endowed with devotion, by fixing his pranas at the center between the eyebrows, Agya Chakra, By the power of yoga, he attains him. Nothing, no deviation of other thoughts, just Lord. Then number 11 says, I shall tell you briefly about the supreme goal, which is called Akshar, the imperishable, by the novels of the Vedas, into which the striving yogis, free from passion, enter, aspiring for which they practice brahmacharya, celibacy, no physical sex relationship or even mental sex relationship. The hardest thing people think or go through, without that, no one, without leaving that, no one can become a sannyas. So number 12, which Swamiji just read, having restrained all the senses, so you know about senses, having restrained all the senses, drawing the mind into the heart and keeping the pranas centered at the space between the eyebrows, steady in the practice of yogic concentration. I will read number 13 because it should be together. Uttering the one syllabled Om. Heart, Agya Chakra, the centric. That denotes the Brahman. Thinking of me, Lord Krishna, or your Isht, the yogi who departs from this body attains the supreme goal. And in Hindi, just number 12. देखो यहाँ हिंदी में 12 and 13 are together, so I'll read together.
You did that. That's what you did.
Yeah. So इस सब इंद्रियों के द्वारों को रोक कर तथा मन को हृदय हार्ट, हृदय में हृदय को याद आता है. रोशनी आप हो, रोशनी जी आप हो बेटे लाइव. तो हृदय देश में स्थिर करके फिर उस जीते हुए मन के द्वारा प्राण को मस्तक में स्थापित करके परम आत्मा संबंधी योग धारण में स्थित होकर जो पुरुष इस एक अक्षर रूप ब्रह्म को उच्चारण करता हुआ और उसके अर्थ स्वरूप मुझ निर्गुण फॉर्मलेस निर्गुण ब्रह्म का चिंतन करता हुआ शरीर को त्याग कर जाता है, वह पुरुष परम गति को प्राप्त होता है. परम गति, liberation.
So in these two shlokas, Lord Krishna is giving us the
You may read number 13, the shloka, before you start the explanation. That will be good.
Yeah. So we read shloka number 12, but Swami LP read the meaning in Hindi and English of two shlokas, 12 and 13. So let me read 13 also, and then we will explain them together. ओमित्येकाक्षरं ब्रह्म व्यार्हान् मामनुस्मरन् यः प्रयाति त्यजन् देहं स याति परमां गतिम्. Very important. Why very important? Because this applies to every one of us. Every human being will one day encounter this situation which will result in his last breath. So, for those who have done tapasya, who have attended satsangas, who have spiritualized their daily life, for them this is this knowledge. Others who are worldly will probably not even read this, they will not know. But if they are blessed enough, fortunate enough, that's why we want to create this awareness, this knowledge to as many people as possible. And once you know, you share with others also, that all these things are there. One person, we don't have to do big things, please understand. No big success needed. You change one human being, one individual comes on this path, and you turn his life, your life is worth living. You have accomplished, in God's eyes, you have done a lot of beautiful things. Because God is not after how many followers we have, how much name and fame we have, how many things we can do. He simply wants devotion with love and bhakti and sincerity. So, and he wants his teachings spread. This is wisdom of the Upanishads, and right extracted into 701 shlokas in the Bhagavad Gita. So very simple for people to do, and they work harder in the material world to earn money, run here there, handle so many problems. And if they come on this path, everything starts becoming more blissful, and they become more skilled in their work also. So संसार भी मिलता है, और पीछे का भी रास्ता, आगे का रास्ता भी एकदम सफा हो जाता है, मुक्ति का मार्ग द्वार खुल जाता है. And this doesn't happen by chance. It happens through many, many punyas. Bina Prabhu Kripa Mileh Nahi Santa. Without God's blessings and your good merits, a saint cannot come in your life. It will happen when you have earned it. Then automatically, even if you don't want, they will come. But if you are not worthy, doesn't matter how much you have, they will by chance. Not that they will not want to come. They love everybody equally, you see. So we have to purify, that is the goal. So here God is saying, when that last moment arrives for every human being, if they have this knowledge, why should they have it? Because this is the difference between, like you say, emergency, life or death, 911. Sometimes the patient survives, sometimes they don't. They'll say, oh, you arrived a little late, sorry, the patient died on the way. But if you take quick good action and you do it in the right amount of time, and they'll say, oh, just in time, thoda der hota to khatam ho jate. If you would have delayed, then it would have been too bad, we couldn't have saved him, but you arrived in time. So Lord Krishna, out of compassion, is giving us this way out, so we don't have to struggle, we don't have to go through these cycles of uh, heaven and hell and life and death and all that. So here the first shloka is that you have to learn to control the senses. So when it is time for departure, the best thing possible is um, either you go alone with nobody, because you are all, you know what you want to do and there is no distraction. That's one option. The other option is that you guide your family ahead of time. How, when your time is ready to go, no pulling you, no crying, no worrying about all the last minute nonsense things. It is time to spiritualize. They should join hands and pray and sing some bhajan, kirtan, whatever. It's about you and your departure, not about them at that point in time. Now is the time to tell them whatever you want to do, how you want to do it. But at that time, that doesn't give you a 10-day notice. Okay, excuse me, I will be coming knocking on your door. It will happen just like that, and nobody will know. So we have to prepare for that ourselves. But we as human beings are so, we procrastinate. We think other people only die, it's not meant for us. but it is meant for us also, isn't it? So that's what he's saying. Learn to control the senses now. Gyan Indriya Dwar hain, these receptacles we call holes. Through these holes only things we leak, isn't it? If you have a container that has 5 holes in it, you put water, what will happen? It will leak. isn't it? For a little while it will be there, फिर धीरे धीरे गिर के उसमें से चू जाएगा, पानी चू जाएगा. So here also your receptacles are your eyes, nose, ears, taste and touch. Everything you do by interacting in the world, you are leaking, so to speak. Isn't it? You learn so much and then we are slowly giving it out. That is good. This is sattva because we are doing it for a good purpose. But when we leak for desires, lust, and we have all this rajas and tamas, we want this, we want that, and we keep on idly wasting time, all those are leaking, our senses are leaking. So Lord Krishna says these senses at your time of departure should be shut off, closed, बंद कर लो. कैसे? जैसे आप रात को निद्रा जब करते हो, when you go to sleep, you shut down your senses, isn't it? So even then when you shut down your senses and you dream, the astral world is working. Physical world has stopped working because eyes are closed and room is dark, you are comfortable on your bed, no activity going on, the body is resting, but the astral world has started. So you truly rest when you go to deep sleep state. So here, because in deep sleep your mind also rests, so here God is saying the same thing. When it is time for departure, you need to get into that deep sleep state while you are awake. Now it's not so easy because sometimes the body pain, sometimes we are in a hospital, sometimes the environment is such, this, that. For that's why they say we have intellect, we are supposed to plan it out and practice now. The more we do it, it will become part of your, like japa becomes part of your breath. After a while, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Shri Durgaya Namah, Om Shri Ramaya Namah, Om, or Om itself, smallest mantra, most powerful. Om means Brahma. When we say Om, we are talking about the cosmic consciousness, and that includes all the forms of gods and forms and different deities or whatever you have, doesn't matter. All of them basically merge into one Om. So he says, close them, close your senses because they will distract you. And lo, so many people die waiting for somebody. Where is he? Where is he? What happened to him? Oh. That's absolutely, it's okay for ignorant people because they will keep coming, they will come back, and in another life, eventually they will turn around. You have to, there is no other choice. For graduation, this is the process that is needed. Some of us have done the effort in the past, some of us are doing it now, some will do it in the future, isn't it so? So every soul, हर आत्मा अपने अपने तरीके से कार्य कर रहा है और वो ठीक है, उसमें कुछ वो नहीं है. So we are not supposed to ever judge anybody to say, oh, you ignorant worldly person, what are you doing, look at me. Not like that. It's, we were also like that only. A sinner is a saint in the making, isn't it? So Valmiki ji, who wrote Yoga Vashishta, himself was a highway robber, and then he became what? He became an enlightened sage, Valmiki. So much so that termites went on his body, so much tapasya he did. That's what Valmiki means. So here what you have to do is close your आंखें बंद करके, सब द्वार बंद करके, कान, नाक, मुंह, त्वचा, इसको इंद्रियों को उनके वश से हटाना प्रत्याहार है. So we have to take out the senses and remove them from the objects. So many people have a last wish, I wish I could eat that before I go, I wish I could do this, I could do that. That is all getting stuck in senses again, isn't it? So indriya, suppose you're supposed controlling the senses, then Lord is saying even then your mind will be still agitated. So the mind is still trying to find something. So many times your eyes are closed, but you're still thinking of something. So, and in your thinking, you have that ras buddhi. What is ras buddhi? That flavor of joy that you again and again experience from memory, smriti. It comes, whether it's your first kiss or your first being born or your first wedding date or something. Each of us have our special moments that we can never forget fully. They keep coming. तो वो ध्यान आता रहता है. So what God is saying is that mind is very fickle. Even if you control the senses at the time of departure, it will still agitate you. So what you should then do is take the mind also and make it stable. How do you make it stable? By going in your heart center. Heart center. That's why the we are calling it lotus, like a lotus heart. Most of the devi devatas you will see in the Sanatana Dharma have good liking to lotus, the flower, because lotus is grows, first of all it grows in muck, and second of all it always opens towards the sun and it shines radiantly. When the moon comes, it goes back down, it shuts off. So much in the same way, our heart, we have to imagine, is where the Om and our Ishta Devata are residing, whether it's Krishna, Rama, Hanumanji, or Devi, or any god from any religion. It doesn't matter. That's God is only one. So therefore, you place him in the most precious corner of your heart. There is actually a meditation on this. It's called Dahar Vidya. Dahar means the cave of your heart. Just like you go in a cave in the Himalayas, and there you immediately find peace because there is no worldly talk. There is only high mountains, beautiful rivers, abundant trees, beautiful fresh breeze, and snow, and all glory of nature. Automatically you are finding in pure thoughts, because all these sadhus and saints and spiritual temples and people are there, so you will automatically get upliftment in your spiritual arena. Much in the same way, when you take your mind, जब अपने मन को आप हृदय में लेके चले जाएंगे और वहां पर आप निद्रा करेंगे, जैसे just like your deep sleep state, your mind is at rest. That's why you wake up refreshed. Whatever deep sleep you get is highly powerful. So ऐसे ही जब आप जा रहे हो, turn off your senses, switch them off, and think of God, think of your Ishta Devata, think of Om, go within, and there in the heart center, put your mind there, not outside. And we should do this now, because every day we experience this mini death, we call a mini termination. But we wake up in the morning, but we are as if dead at night, because we leave the world, we leave the possessions, we leave our family members, we leave the things we like, we don't worry about them, we just go. But here the illusion is we know we'll wake up in the morning, so everything's good. So, but in other words, the only two things that are working are your breath, prana, and your heart and your vital organs. That's about it. But other than that, we in death, what happens? The pranas also go. The pranas, the breath also goes. So therefore, we, instead of coming in the same body, we come into a new body, and the dream state is our astral body experience, just like you do it in your daily life. So nothing new in this whole cosmic plan. Same things will happen, but you have to be knowledgeable about it. So when that will happen, you will remember this lesson that Swamiji was going over, shloka number 12 and 13, and he taught us what to do, and we already know what to do. So therefore, why should we be afraid of death? And in front of spiritual people, death becomes like a gentle mother. She will wait, give you comfort. You can sit in her lap and have and go beautifully. Actually, I was watching this news 2 days ago. So they were saying a very beautiful thing. Somebody died. He like I think you can Google it, you'll find it also. Like these spies, like Snowden and other people. He was in old times in 75 or maybe 90s. He spied on the on the country because he didn't agree on certain things with the US government, and he just died lately. I mean, whatever his reasons were, they basically dishonored him, took away his position, everything, but he had the courage to stand up for what he believed in, and that is called Satyam. So he was basically honored as a hero, and he died yesterday with his family members, and his last words were, if I knew death was this comforting, I would have done it a long time ago. तो अगर मुझको पता होता कि मृत्यु में इतना आनंद है तो मैं ये पहले ही कर लेता. So this is, I mean, but who can say that? Somebody who's lived a life of total fearlessness, bravery, and standing up for your principles, not worrying about, oh, what will others say, what will they think, what will this, what will that, let me be polite. No, being polite is good, but also protect your spiritual wealth. Because when you go, you will go alone. समस्या आपके ऊपर आएगी, किसी और पे नहीं. So therefore, do your homework now. Prepare for it now. In the second shloka, he basically says, so in the first one, we have learned to control the senses, make sure the leakage is not happening. And then the mind which will be agitated, take that and put it into your heart where the peace is, where the kandara of the cave is. And then once that happens, once the mind is controlled, automatically everything is controlled. In a war, suppose the commander in chief himself is arrested. If the commander in chief is arrested, do you think the soldiers can fight? Won't happen, cannot happen. So automatically they will surrender. Much in the same way, if you control the mind, you don't have to worry about each sense. Is my eye looking properly? Is my ear hearing properly? None of that is needed. Automatically the commander in chief has surrendered. The mind has gone inside the cave of your heart. So therefore you are totally at peace. अब संपूर्ण प्राण को ब्रह्मरंध्र में स्थित किया जाता है. Then what happens? You take the prana. Prana is your vital force that keeps you alive. It's not oxygen, mind you. Oxygen is breath that gives you sustenance, but the energy that keeps your consciousness, and the term is used as prana, the vital energy, the divine energy. So that now you slowly pull it up and bring it into your Brahmarandra. You know, you can watch me. Brahmarandra is right here on the top of your head in the middle. It's an inverted lotus with 1,000 petals. And that is in the Kundalini Yoga, which we recently discussed in YouTube. So you can read the Sahasrara Chakra and the meditation on that. So that is what you are supposed to do. Think of the pranas and pull them through your conscious effort, because now, and also what will happen is all your pain and सब जो शरीर का दर्द वर्द है सब चला जाएगा, वहां पर ध्यान चला जाएगा. You will automatically go to that spot and think of it, your departure, and then you are ready for it. So then you take the, because the pranas have to go anyway. So but if you don't do it consciously, what will happen? They will go in a disorganized manner. They may go from your excretion place, the reproductive organs, or they may go from your feet. They may, under your waist is considered inauspicious, not very good. But if you bring the prana up, and it's why, because even practically we don't want to touch our own urine, we don't want to touch our feces and so on. Much in the same way, it becomes unholy, and the pranas have to, but we are born from that place only, huh? So that's what they say. This Maya Jal is very complicated, very complex. So once that is there, you pull it up through practice. Uddharet atma tanatmanam na atmanam avasadiyet. This is a beautiful Bhagavad Gita shloka. You are supposed to pick up your lower self by your higher self, by purity, by sattva, by training, by experience, by hard work, by getting this knowledge that will give you Brahma Gyan. Baki, all this how many hours we wasted, how many decades we wasted in life, none of that will will help us during this time, only this knowledge. So जब हम ये कर लेते हैं, then the pranas are controlled in the Brahmarandra, and as its time departs, because slowly the breath is becoming shallower and shallower and shallower, and then slowly, and now it's already here, so it doesn't have to make the transition. You have already reached to the top spot, and then it will go out from anything over above your heart is considered very good. But for advanced yogis, they even have control over this thing, supposed thing we call death. They have ichha mrityu, they can die on will, or they can consciously take out their breath. We are not recommending them for all of us. We are average people, worldly people, stuck in so many things. So if we can just do this, just even think of it, that itself will be very powerful. So another thing that happens is आपके एक हिता नाड़ी रहती है. In your heart there are 100 channels, 100 different nadis. Nadis is a Sanskrit word which we cannot compare in English. This is not veins, these are not capillaries, these are some things, some powerful conscious cosmic forces that are channels that run in your body. Out of these channels, there is one nadi, and they're very, very thin, very extremely thin. We have the entire world is less compared to the distance, compared to how many channels and how much miles we have of these things inside our body. So there is one nadi out of the 100 nadis. It's called hita nadi. This is extremely deep knowledge that yogis go through. So they go through this hita nadi, and they pull up the pranas through that hita nadi, because they know exactly which way to go through. And it's like, think of a river and then having a bridge over it. There's only one bridge, so you cannot cross the river unless you come to the bridge. That's how you cross the pranas, and you bring them through the hita nadi, and consciously you bring them in your brahmarandra. That was shloka number 12. 13, he says, once you are now there, all you have to do is, you have done all this preparatory work. Now all you have to do is chant Om or your Ishta mantra, whatever comes naturally to you, whatever image comes to you, whatever thought comes to you. It has to be pure, because you have lived a beautiful, pure life. So then just say Om, Om. If you can have something auspicious in front of your eyes, your God's form, Guru's form, whatever you have, where your heart is melting, that it can relate to, then you depart like that. You will have a smile on your face. Many people who are advanced go like that, with a smile on their face, because they can see that instead of demons and instead of the devil coming to get you, you are going in a beautiful way. Or maybe you will see your guru's form. If he's departed, he'll be there to receive you. Something like that will happen, which is very beautiful. But all you have to do is, you say Om or your Ishta mantra, and think of the Lord, whether it's Lord Krishna or whatever your God is, whatever form of God, you think of him and you depart. And it is very beautiful. Why should you cry over something like that? That to me is a blessing, that you were given this opportunity of a human body to elevate yourself and get self realized, and you were able to do that. Even though if you don't get Jivan Mukti, because this is a very confusing concept. A lot of people think, I have been practicing sadhana for 30 years, 40 years, and I'm still not enlightened. What will happen? Will I be okay? Will God take care of me? Absolutely. There is no doubt. If you are still having doubts, then there is a problem. So your sadhana, if your sadhana is pure, you should be like a lion. When a lion comes, 100 elephants get scared. That's what you should have, that much confidence and faith in your sadhana. If your sadhana is that strong, death will become nothing but a celebration. And instead of, and all auspicious energies will surround you, and you will go wonderfully. So but you have to practice it daily. It will not happen all of a sudden, by chance that suddenly on your last day you will think of this. If you have done it every day, if you have given your life to your guru and God, if you have done tapasya, you have read the scriptures and you are dedicated and you see everybody as yourself, then you go through krama mukti. You either go through jivan mukti, one lifetime is enough. As our Guruji always points us, one lifetime to get liberated, to get jivan mukti, um, enlightened while alive, is very much possible, but we have to pay the price for it. Like fish out of water, we should feel like fish out of water. Imagine what happens when you pull a fish out. You have to throw it back in the water, no other choice, otherwise it dies. And that is the intensity these jivan muktas have gone through to get this jivan mukt enlightenment, because it doesn't happen so easily. It's not like buying candy in a store, obviously. So we have to then but those of us who are doing this regularly, all of you devoted souls coming for this satsang at all, making this your priority and making satsanga, not only this satsanga but your life a priority, and spiritualizing your life in every dimension, if you have done that sincerely, then you have automatically crossed what we call the gravitational pull of the world process. When you do that, you are also liberated, and not in this body, but it's called krama mukti. Krama mukti means not coming back in this world, but going through a joyous journey and eventually merging into Brahman. So basically your journey becomes beautifully elevating, peaceful, blissful. Wherever you go, you are honored and you are almost worshipped, because you have done something in your life that most people did not do. They were given this opportunity to go to the kingdom of heavens, like we read in so many religions and things. But heaven is not just the, in Sanatan Dharma, it's not this worldly things we get. It's basically the uh, perpetual kingdom, never to come back into. It's called liberation. So we only know liberation. In Sanatan Dharma, Swarg has a negative connotation, because you'll still come back, like a 7-star hotel. You stay there, when your money exhausts, you are kicked out. And much in the same way, you take your punyas, good actions, good deeds, and when they are done, you have to come back. But if you have lived a life of giving, compassion, like Swami LP was talking about, um, life of selflessness, people doing katha for money and asking for so much money and putting pressure on people, this that is not spirituality, it's business. And that's not really good. Our scriptures don't recommend that at all. They say you should not live more than your needs. You should not have more than what you need, because all that will do is bring greed. And then you will build this ashram, then you will want 10 of them, this, that. Let God handle it. If it's His plan, He wants you to do it, you will become an instrument. But you don't go about running for name, fame, money, this, that. So that's what it is. But if you are already pure, then these questions will not come automatically. So when you go like that, and you go into um, paramam dhama, that is param dham, that is God's home. So then you reside in God's home through this eventual cycle of going up and up and up, and then you go to Brahma's abode, where Brahma resides. And then when Brahmaji becomes 100 years, you go merge into cosmic consciousness of God and get liberated. Another Brahma comes, another Shiva comes, another Rudra comes, but you don't come back. You are done. You have finished your job. And so another title, and this world process will continue and continue as it has always done so. And unless we have also finished all our karma and settled our account, we will also come back. That's why we say, don't have any anger, any animosity with people, don't do any criticism. Just maintain your life as if you and God are the best friends. You don't want anybody. Deal with the world only as needed, as necessary to survive, to eat, to work, to earn. Other than that, you and your scriptures and God, and actually within you, you have so many world systems. Did you know? You know that, but to experience that is where the spiritual sadhak becomes more of an advanced sadhak. Otherwise, we are just, satsang, sunlo, this is happening, that is happening. We do many things. And then when this ends, we are back into that rat race. We are back into that muddy world again. So we have to literally get to that state. So with this, we conclude these two shlokas. They were very deep and profound, and I hope this has given us some um, Shravana Manana Nididhyasan, some
Nididhyasan.
introspection where we go back and we practice it. Don't just hear it, practice it. When you're lying down in your bed, pretend what we have gone through. Listen to this again and then experience that process, because the more you do it, the more natural the process end result will be, the more spontaneously it will happen. That's what the guidance is. Whereas most other people don't even want to spell it out, don't even want to think about it or talk about it. You will be toying with it. This will become a toy for you. Going and flying your wings and opening will give you freedom. It will become a joyous event. I hope this has been a profound, deep lesson for all of us. Our humble prostrations to Ved Vyas Ji, Lord Krishna, our Guruji, and all of these beautiful sages and saints and these scriptures who are guiding us in such a beautiful, profound, non judgmental way. No such thing as this is the only way. This is for everybody, all of humanity. No conversion required. Be who you are. Stay a Muslim, a Christian, a Jew, a Hindu. But follow this and you will still get to the same one God. Hari Om Tat Sat.
And pranams to Papaji, Sri Ramji's father.
Yes, yes, special. We do want to. I had texted to Sri Ramji. So nice to see him. Sri Ramji's Papaji is an amazing soul. Many of you have not had the opportunity.
102 years in
Yes.
physical embodiment, right? Going on 103.
Yeah, going on. I think he's 101 plus right now. Sri Ramji can type in if he's listening when his actual birthday is. So then he will be officially 102.
What's his name?
But he is 92 right now. So we
no, 102.
102. Sorry,
Oh,
Swamiji, our Guruji is
Guruji
92.
is 92.
Yeah, Swami JyotirmayAananda is 92, and Sri Ramji's father is 100 and almost 102. So we pray for everybody's long and healthy life, but especially Papaji. He is very dear to us. He plays musical instruments. He talks in beautiful. He plays the harmonium even at this age. So may we all be blessed by his presence, and may you all also pray for our Guru, because whatever knowledge you are getting is directly through him. Both of us are nothing but dust particles of his holy, holy lotus feet. So we pray on this auspicious day. We wish him a happy Fathers, Mothers, Everybody Day. That's why we say, Tumi ho mata, pita tumi ho, tumi ho bandhu, sakha tumi ho, tumi ho sathi, tumi sahare, koi na apna
Siva
siva
tumhare.
tumhare. So basically, I'll quickly
He's
translate.
102. Sri Ramji has responded, Papaji Sridhar Ji Maharaj. मैं नाम याद कर रही थी, नाम से क्या लेना देना, लेकिन एक पहचान हो जाता है. तो श्रीधर महाराज जी, पापा जी is 100 and will be 102 in September.
Beautiful. So in September, so we will do a special satsang just for Sridhar ji when on his birthday, whenever God willing that will happen. And we are all a beautiful satsang family, all of us. So please continue to pray for our Guruji and for Sridhar ji and for all the beautiful souls out there, and to all of you who attended this satsang, our koti humble pranams to each one of you. You are all beautiful souls, and may you continue to accelerate your spiritual progress, intensify your sadhana. Hari Om Tat Sat.
Thank you for taking out time and attending satsang, because this is the highest you can do for your fathers.
Yes.
And let's offer these punyas to them.
So we hope Papaji is
Gita
listening
punyam
today with
arpanam
Srinamji,
karishye.
as he always does. So our divine blessings to Papaji also, and to all the divine people joining us. Hari Om Tat Sat. So let's do Gita Aarti and we will conclude the satsang today. Hari Om, Hari Om. Aarti karo.
And I will try to cover Srimad Bhagavad after half an hour as I get ready with the logistics. Then I will go live also. Just anybody can listen later. You don't have to be committed to be live with me. As I get chance to record, I do record. There's too much going on in life that we have to attend to. Om Deepa Jyoti Param Brahma Deepa Jyoti Janardana Deepo Hartu Me Papam Puja Deepa Jyoti Namo Astute द्वेष बुद्धि विनाशाय दीप ज्योति नमोस्तुते शुभम करोतु कल्याणम आरोग्यम पुष्टिवर्धनम मम संपदाम आत्म ज्योति प्रदीपाय ब्रह्म ज्योति नमोस्तुते आत्म तत्व प्रबोधाय गुरु ज्योति नमोस्तुते ओम
जय भगवद गीते
माँ जय भगवद गीते
हरि हिय कमल विहारिणी हरि हिय कमल विहारिणी सुंदर सुपुनीते ओम जय भगवद गीते कर्म सुमर्म प्रकाशिनी कामासक्ति हरा मैया कामासक्ति हरा तत्वज्ञान विकासिनी तत्वज्ञान विकासिनी विद्या ब्रह्म परा ओम जय भगवद गीते निश्चल भक्ति विधायिनी निर्मल मलहारी मैया निर्मल मलहारी शरण रहस्य प्रदायिनी शरण रहस्य प्रदायिनी सब विधि सुखकारी ओम जय भगवद गीते राग द्वेष विदारिणी कारिणी मोद सदा मैया कारिणी मोद सदा भव भय हारिणी तारिणी भव भय हारिणी तारिणी परमानंद प्रदा ओम जय भगवद गीते आसुर भाव विनाशिनी नाशिनी तम रजनी मैया नाशिनी तम रजनी दैवी सद्गुण दायिनी दैवी सद्गुण दायिनी हरि रसिका सजनी ओम जय भगवद गीते समता त्याग सिखावनी हरि मुख की वाणी मैया हरि मुख की वाणी सकल शास्त्रों
शास्त्रों
की
की स्वामी,
स्वामिनी,
सकल
शास्त्रों
शास्त्रों
की
की स्वामी,
स्वामिनी, श्रुतियों
श्रुतियों
की
की
रानी। ओम
ओम
जय
जय
भगवद
भगवद
गीते,
गीते।
दया
या
सुधा
सुधा
बरसाविनी,
बरसावनी,
मातु
मातु
कृपा
कृपा
कीजय,
कीजिए,
ओ मैया
मैया
मातु
मातु
कृपा
कृपा
कीजय।
कीजिए।
हरि पद
पद
प्रेम
प्रेम
दान
दान कर,
कर, हरि
हरि
पद
पद
प्रेम
प्रेम
दान
दान
कर,
कर,
अपनों
अपनों
कर
कर
ली जय।
लीजिए।
ओम
ओम
जय
जय
भगवद
भगवद
गीते,
गीते।
जय
जय
भगवद
भगवद
गीते,
गीते।
मैया
मैया
जय
जय
भगवद
भगवद
गीते।
गीते।
हरि
हरि
ही कमल
विहारिणी,
विहारिणी, सुंदर
सुंदर
सुपुनीते,
सुपुनीते। ओम जय
भगवद
भगवद
गीते।
गीते।
ओम
ॐ
त्र्यंबकं
त्र्यम्बकं
यजामहे
यजामहे
सुगंधिं
सुगन्धिं
पुष्टिवर्धनम्,
पुष्टिवर्धनम्,
उर्वारुकमिव
उर्वारुकमिव
बन्धनान्,
बन्धनान्,
मृत्योर्मोक्षीयमामृतात्।
मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्।
ॐ
ॐ
सर्वेषां
सर्वेषां
स्वस्ति भवतु,
स्वस्तिर्भवतु,
सर्वेषां
सर्वेषां
शान्तिर्भवतु,
शान्तिर्भवतु,
सर्वेषां
सर्वेषां
पूर्णं
पूर्णं
भवतु,
भवतु, सर्वेषां
सर्वेषां मङ्गलं
मङ्गलं
भवतु,
भवतु,
सर्वे
सर्वे
भवन्तु
भवन्तु
सुखिनः,
सुखिनः,
सर्वे
सर्वे
सन्तु
सन्तु निरामयाः,
निरामयाः, सर्वे
सर्वे
भद्राणि
भद्राणि
पश्यन्तु,
पश्यन्तु,
मा
मा
कश्चित्
कश्चित्
दुःखभाग्
दुःखभाग् भवेत्।
भवेत्। असतो
सतो
मा
मा
सद्गमय,
सद्गमया,
तमसो
तमसो
मा
मा
ज्योतिर्गमय,
ज्योतिर्गमय,
मृत्योर्मा
मृत्योर्मा
अमृतं
अमृतं
गमय।
गमय।
ॐ
ॐ सहना
सहनाववतु,
भवतु,
सहनौ
सहनौ
भुनक्तु,
भुनक्तु,
सह
सह
वीर्यं
वीर्यं
करवावहै,
करवावहै,
तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु
तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु
मा
शवहे।
विद्विषावहै।
ॐ
ॐ शान्तिः
शान्तिः,
शान्तिः
शान्तिः,
शान्तिः।
शान्तिः।
ॐ
ॐ
पूर्णमदः
पूर्णमदः
पूर्णमिदं
पूर्णमिदं
पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते,
पूर्णमुदच्यते,
पूर्णस्य
पूर्णस्य
पूर्णमादाय
पूर्णमादाय
पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते।
पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ
ॐ करचरणकृतं
चरणकृतं
वा
वा
कायजं
कायजं
कर्मजं
कर्मजं
वा
वा
श्रवणनयनजं
श्रवणनयनजं
वा
वा
मानसं
मानसं
वा
वा
पराधं,
पराधं,
विहितम
विहितं
विहितम
विहितं
वा
वा
सर्वमेतत्क्षमस्व।
सर्वमेतत्क्षमस्व।
जय
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 करुणाब्धे
करुणाब्धे
श्री
श्री
महादेव
महादेव
शंभो,
शंभो।
जय
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 करुणाब्धे
करुणाब्धे
श्री
श्री
महादेव
महादेव
शंभो,
शंभो।
जय
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 करुणाब्धे
करुणाब्धे
श्री
श्री
महादेव
महादेव
शंभो।
शंभो।
समस्त लोकाः
लोकाः
सुखिनो
सुखिनो
भवन्तु।
भवन्तु।
ॐ
ॐ
ब्रह्मर्पणं
ब्रह्मार्पणं
ब्रह्महवि,
ब्रह्मग्नौ
ब्रह्मग्नौ
ब्रह्मणाहुतं,
ब्रह्मणाहुतं, ब्रह्मैव
ब्रह्मैव
तेन
तेन
गन्तव्यं,
गन्तव्यं,
ब्रह्मकर्म समाधिनः।
ब्रह्मकर्मसमाधिनः।
अहं
अहं
वैश्वानरो
वैश्वानरो
भूत्वा
भूत्वा
प्राणिनां
प्राणिनां
देहमाश्रितः,
देहमाश्रितः,
अपानसमायुक्ता
प्राणापानसमायुक्ता
पचामन्यं
पचामन्यं
चतुर्विधं।
चतुर्विधं।
हरिः
हरि
ओं
ओम
तत्सत्।
तत्सत्।
ब्रह्मर्पणमस्तु,
ब्रह्मर्पणमस्तु,
समस्तलोकाः
समस्तलोकाः
सुखिनो
सुखिनो
भवन्तु।
भवन्तु।
ॐ शान्तिः
शान्तिः,
शान्तिः
शान्तिः,
शान्तिः।
शान्तिः।
Hari Om Tat Sat. With this, we conclude
हरि
our
ओम
satsang
तत्सत्।
for today, and we will see you on other than Swami LP's satsangas. We will see you on Friday, which I do for Yog Vashisht, and on Sunday we will be going to next Sunday the Shiva Vishnu temple um, in Stockton, California. So Hari Om Tat Sat, divine love, blessings, happy Father's Day once again to all, everybody, and Om Tat Sat.
ओम
Stay happy,
तत्सत्।
stay blissful.
ओम तत्सत्। हरि
Hari
ओम।
Om.
कल्याणमस्तु।
Kalyan